AI, 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 everywhere. What if I told you that in just under 20 minutes, you could go from knowing almost nothing about AI to understanding how it's transforming the world around us? It wasn't a long ago that we didn't have tools like ChatGPT and had to do everything the regular way. When tools like ChatGPT first came out, I thought, okay, this is cool stuff, but at the same time, I also believed it would take a while before it truly made an impact in all the areas where people were predicting. I was wrong. It has made an impact much faster than I expected. And if you have observed, from ChatGPT slowly being able to become part of our daily lives, to seeing AI chatbots in all social media platforms like WhatsApp, Snapchat, to everyone creating Ghibli images these days, trying different arts using AI. These are some very, very small examples. And the list doesn't end here, it's just starting here. But the question is, what is in it? How AI is able to do this magic? What's the secret? Stick around till end because that's exactly what we are about to uncover with simplest explanations. You'll be able to visualize data analysis, machine learning, and deep learning in simplest way possible. Let's get started. The secret of AI magic lies in the way it's made to work. And this has changed the entire way how we used to program the machines to do a certain thing. We write code, or you can say a set of strict instructions to be followed by machine to get the desired output. But think about us not giving instructions, but rather only saying what we want. And all the instructions are identified by the machine itself. And then machine executes those instructions as well. Wow. And interestingly, that's possible if the machines can think like us humans. Now let's shift our focus a little bit towards us. How we think and decide stuff. How do we make a toddler teach how to identify a cat? We show them real cats or show them images of cats and tell them that this is a cat. Over time, they learn to identify cats. With this comes our very first chapter of this episode, data analysis. When we were teaching the toddlers about how a cat looked like, what could have happened if every time we taught, we showed them different images or mixed images like images of dogs, cats, and cows, stating these are cats? Would them ever be able to learn which one is cat? No, right? So, the point I'm trying to make here is to learn something from data. We want that data we have or have collected to be clean and it should be making some sense. That's where data analysis comes in. Data analysis isn't just about collecting data, it's about making sense of it. Let's understand data analysis step by step. Collecting data. Data comes from everywhere: websites, apps, sensors, social media, and even from your smartwatch. After collecting data, cleaning the data, before we can do anything useful on that data, we need to clean up the mess. Third step is analyzing the data. Once the data is clean, it's time to find patterns and trends. Fourth step, visualizing insights. Data without visualization is just noise. We have to see what is in there. Prediction, here's where the real magic happens. Data analysis predicts what will happen next. So, to recap, data analysis starts with raw data, cleans and analyzes it, just we saw in the example of cat. Without clean and structured data, machine learning and AI models wouldn't know where to begin. Now comes our next chapter, which is data science or machine learning. After the data is clean and usable for us, the data is used for learning. In the cat example, initially we had mixed data, and by applying data analysis, we cleaned up other animals like cows, dogs, and then analyzed and kept only cat images, even if they are from different breeds. Next, what we did in the example is to show these images to the toddler and tell him that this is a cat. That's exactly what machine learning does with data. Machine learning is a subset of AI, machines to learn patterns from data without being explicitly programmed. Here's how it works. Input data goes for training, and after being trained, machine can predict stuff. We already programmed or trained machine to identify the cat by supplying a lot of images of cat so that when machine encounters a cat image in future, it can predict that it's a cat even if they see a different breed or color. Data is very important here. We might need large amount of clean and sensible data to make the predictions accurate. There are three main types of machine learning: supervised learning, which is learning with labeled data; unsupervised learning, which is through finding hidden patterns in data; third is reinforcement training, which is learning through rewards. Let's talk about each one of these. Supervised learning: the machine is given labeled data where we know the correct answers. It learns by comparing its predictions to the correct answers and adjusting over time. In unsupervised learning, the machine is given unlabeled data and told to find patterns on its own. No hints, no labels, just patterns. Reinforcement learning: it's like teaching a dog tricks. Try, fail, get rewarded, and try again. Imagine you're teaching a dog to sit. When the dog sits, you give it a treat, which is a reward. If it doesn't sit, it gets no treat, no reward. So over the time, the dog learns sitting gets it a treat and will sit more often over time when you tell it to sit. Popular models, for example, GPT models, learn by making mistakes, analyzing feedback, and then improving over time. And this process is called training. So, to recap, machine learning learns from data to make predictions, where supervised learning uses labeled data, unsupervised learning finds hidden patterns, and reinforcement learning learns through rewards and actions. Now let's take machine learning to next level, where mimicking of human brain is involved. I'm sure you have wondered multiple times how ChatGPT is able to respond to our queries. We know that there is a lot of thinking involved when even one reply is generated. But without any human on the other side of the wall, how is this happening? It seems almost like a magic. So the answer is deep learning. Imagine your brain as a web of interconnected neurons that process information, recognize patterns, and make decisions. Deep learning works the same way by mimicking the human brain's neural network. Deep learning is a specialized branch of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks to identify patterns in data. In the cat example, we trained the machine to know what a cat looks like. But imagine we have trained the model not only on cats but on almost everything using massive amounts of data. And then while doing the prediction, machine generates the answer portion by portion at the same time, refining the answer by repeatedly running predictions on it. A lot running in the background which we don't see, right? This refining of answer or any portion of the answer happens layer by layer. For example, our human brain has 7 visual cortices from V1 to V7. Some layers are responsible for capturing color, some for motion, etc. Once the information is captured in layer 1, it is passed on to next layer, layer 2, and so on. After it has passed the last layer, the human brain is able to conclude that visual. In the same way, neural networks are designed to have different layers. The more layers a neural network has, the deeper it goes. Hence the name deep learning. This is exactly how a neural network works, where we have input, then there are hidden layers, and then we get an output. Do you see how powerful it is? Deep learning is the brain behind many AI applications we use daily, from image recognition to virtual assistants. But deep learning doesn't learn instantly. It improves over time through training. And here are some specialized types of neural networks for different tasks. CNN for image recognition, RNNs for sequential data like text and time series. We will not go into the details of these because that's out of the context of this episode. We will keep this episode as short as possible. So, to recap, deep learning mimics the human brain, powers applications like image recognition and NLP, and improves as it processes more data. And it goes beyond simple pattern recognition. It understands context, learns complex relationships, and improves over time. Now, let's explore how generative AI uses deep learning to create new content and revolutionize industries. Generative AI is type of AI that doesn't just analyze or classify data. It creates new data. Deep learning is broader concept about learning from data using neural networks, while generative AI focuses on using deep learning to create new content that is similar to what it was trained on. Here's how it works. Training happens. Via training, it learns the patterns and then generates new content. Popular text models out there use large language models, LLMs, to predict the next word based on the context. It's like autocomplete on steroids. Models like DALL-E and MidJourney create stunning, realistic images from a text description, but AI doesn't stop at text and images. Meet Sora by OpenAI, an AI that generates realistic videos based on text prompts. And it keeps improving through fine tuning and reinforcement learning from human feedback. So, to recap, generative AI creates new content. It's a game changer because it's not just automating tasks, it's unlocking human creativity on a scale we have never seen before. Generative AI is changing multiple industries. It's not wrong to say almost it's in every area now. It's transforming industries, but also note that it brings ethical challenges that we need to address carefully, like misuse of AI, deepfakes, all of these, and bias and ethical concerns as well. So, there you have it. By now, you should have a solid foundational understanding of AI, from data analysis and machine learning to deep learning and generative AI. We have explored how AI not only analyzes and predicts, but also creates and innovates in ways we never imagined. If you found this episode insightful, don't forget to like this video to show your support, subscribe for more bite-sized tech explainers, comment below and let me know what topic you'd like to explore next in 20 minutes. Your feedback helps us shape future content, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep innovating.